Hello everyone! We are together again after a long summer. It's long for some of you, but not for us that live here in Norway, where cold days can last all the way till June and you can still be in light jackets in June. So we have like some days in July and maybe some in August, but then that's all. Or maybe if we are fortunate, it can be still nice in September, but okay, if you are really fortunate. All that matters is that you had fun, that you enjoyed your summer wherever you are. I mean, yes, wherever you are. Anyway, all that matters is that you had fun, that you enjoyed your summer wherever you live. I mean, yes, wherever you are. I really had fun this summer. I spent all sunny days on the beach here by my house. I have a little tiny beach and it's so cute and so perfect, and with water so clear. But okay, it's cold, but even if it's cold, I did swim and I was barbecuing and having lunch on the beach, and I spent from morning until evening. Okay, evening for most of you, but not for us, because our evening starts probably around midnight and there is never complete dark, of course, but okay, evening for you. I spent all days on the beach and I really had so much fun. So yeah, so this is about my summer, and like I said, I hope all of you had great summer and enjoying and all the fun stuff that goes with it. In memory of beautiful summer, I decided to create summer themed album with beautiful images of sailing boats and fishing boats, which is so common here for Norway. So in summertime you will see this kind of boats everywhere. Everybody is by the lake or by the sea in a boat, so it's really perfect scenery when you come here to Norway to see this in summertime. And these papers are so perfect and they remind me so much of Norway. That's why I decided to do this album with using these papers. I will just tell you very quickly what I used for this album. For the album, I used one 8x8 pad and one Patterns and Solids pad, chipboard elements, and of course ephemera cards, but I used only half of a pack of the ephemera cards. In this album, on each page, I created pockets. Lots of ladies ask me why I don't use more pockets in my albums. I don't know. I really don't know. So I decided that in this album I will use a pocket on each page. I hope you will like it. Okay, now let's go and see how the inside of the album look like. I forgot to tell you about the cover earlier. These embellishments that I used for decorating the cover probably seem familiar for most of you, because I used this on one of my previous albums, and I decided that it would look so beautiful on this album also. I created two frames in two different colors and I covered the frames with fabric, and then here these two embellishments I also covered in fabric. And of course then I used this elements, chipboard elements and ephemera card. And here on the spine I used some shapes to create the spine, and also here I used this chipboard element. And down here on the spine and here on the cover I used a border from 8x8 paper. Let's go to the inside of the album, and here on the front cover page I created like the small, no, it opens this way. So I created the small flap, and you can see two ephemera cards in different sizes. And then of course here the flap opens and then you have spaces for photograph. Before I continue with album, I would like to tell you something. Some of you don't like me showing you and explaining you for every single flap what you can do with it, but you have to keep in mind that there are also newcomers and people that are new to this hobby, so they don't know what to do and how to use the album or how to use the flaps. So I think it's also fair to them to explain them how they can use the album and all these elements on the album and what they're for. If you don't like listening to me and talking, then just go and fast forward. And then here on page 1 you have one pocket, and this pocket is then attached onto a double flap, and in the pocket you have photo mat for your photograph. And here in the front is ephemera card from, okay, just ephemera card. Okay, here you open double flap and you can see here you have a space for photograph, and then here you have ephemera card for journaling. And here what I want to tell you is, if you don't want to have your album to be so bulky, then do not use papers for matting, then just place your photograph. But if your paper is like, if your mat is larger than your photograph, then just place your photograph on the mat, okay? I hope you understand that, what I tried to say. Then double flap is also attached onto another flap, and you open it and you have more spaces for photograph, and up here you can see 2 images from that I cut out from paper, all right? So this was page 1, and now let's move to page 2. Okay, on page 2 is small flap with a pocket on it, and here on the pocket I used so many layers of papers, so many mats. If you feel this is too much and it will create too much bulkiness, then just go with maybe 1 mat and then ephemera card adhere onto that single mat. And then from the inside it's another mat with, okay, look at this beautiful image, and you open it, and then you can also place your photograph here. So like I said before, you don't have to cover your flaps and pockets with paper. You can only place your photograph here, for less bulkiness. And here on this side is another flap, and this here is ephemera card for journaling. You open it, and on the binding page is another mat for photograph. All right, so on the other side is this beautiful page with pockets, and then here you have ephemera card for journaling, or you can also place your photograph here. You open it, spaces for photograph, and then this is flap with pocket on it, and then this flap is also attached onto another flap, and you open this flap, and here you can place your photograph. It's perfect size. This is large ephemera card, but it's perfect size only for your photograph. And down here is another mat for your photo, of course. And then is page 4, and on this page you have another flap with double flap, and this double flap opens, and again I used all the papers because that album looks so much more beautiful, but you just place your photograph here. And then here on this double flap is pocket, and here it's this beautiful photo mat. Oh, and what I forgot to tell you here you can see I use this chipboard element, so it's not adhered all the way down. You can tuck your photograph behind. Okay, all right, and then this goes back into the pocket, and then you open. Okay, so here is double flap, and then you open it, and here you don't have to place any photograph. And then on this side you have another double flap that is attached onto the page. You open it, you place photographs inside, journaling here, and this beautiful chipboard element down here. On this page you have another pocket with 2 small ephemera cards, which you can replace with your photographs. And then here you have a chipboard element. Inside the pocket is photo mat, and then this flap opens, so here you can place more photographs, and then all of that is attached onto another flap. Look at that, it's so cute. And here on the page, again, another photo mat. And here is the last page. This is page 6. So here is a small pocket with photo mat inside and Gboard element here on the top. And the pocket is then on another flap that opens. And again, this, oh, of course, space for photograph. And then you open this, and then you have, look at that, another flap for photographs, and down here is another photo mat. So really lots of pockets and photo mats in this album. And here is back cover page, which is created the same way as the front cover page. The only difference is that you open the flap to the other side. Here I will show you, this ephemera card is not adhered all the way down, so you can tuck your photo behind. That's what I had in mind when I placed this mat here. So you can place your mat and then your photograph on the mat, or you can just cut out the photo the same size and just adhere it behind. And then this flap opens then to this side, and here on the front cover, I think this opens then to the other sides, and the pages are completely the same. And here is then this small space here for journaling. That's what I had in mind, and then picture on this side, or you can also place a small photograph right here. And then of course here on the cover is a mat for the photo. Ladies, thank you for taking your time and watching my video. I hope you like the album, and I hope to see you soon.